Okay, so I already told you guys we're going to be doing some interior work on the Camaro, and the Camaro's around back right now, but it is really windy out, and this box is too big to unbox in the Camaro, so I'm in the shop right now using the Nova as a work table, and so we're going to go ahead and unbox what we got here. Kustom Interior sent out some really awesome seat covers for the Camaro. If you know anything about Camaros and you do your research, you know that they don't really come with a leather option, I don't believe. I think you can order them. You have to special order them for leather, or you can get Recaro or cloth seats. And the leather and Recaro seats are super expensive. I don't know much about the leather seats, but I know the Recaro seats are super uncomfortable. Everyone hates them. I've actually seen quite a few people swap their Recaro seats out for cloth seats. And I was looking, just out of curiosity because, name brand sort of thing. I looked up some Recaro seats on eBay, in used ones with the airbags blown out the side of them. It's like over $1,300. So it's absolutely insane. So Kustom Interior sent out these really awesome seat covers. So we're going to unbox them, and I'll tell you guys more about them as we go. But these seem to be super high quality, and be very careful cutting this tape off here. I do not want to cut into these at all. These ones, actually, if you've ever paid attention to the videos, these will match the seat covers in the Nova, which is a pretty cool thing. Okay, yeah, those are right there at the top, so I'm glad I was careful. Okay, so, and these run, let me do some fact checking real quick before I finish unboxing these, and I'll give you guys an update on the price. Okay, so I did stop to look it up, but I was right in my mind. These run about $470. They're premium artificial leather, and before you go, oh, they're not real leather, Kustom Interior is so dead certain on the fact that you're going to love these that they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. But anyways, you can get premium artificial leather seat covers, or they also offer, I don't know the price on them, but you can custom order genuine leather seat covers from them as well. But anyways, if you want to do your own research on them, go ahead and do so. I've seen nothing but great reviews from these guys. Okay, we're going to pull this down. Okay, it's pretty hefty. And here you go. So if it gives you an idea, the seat covers on the Nova, it was $300 just for the front, and it was like another $200 for the rear as well. I don't have the ones in the rear in the Nova, and they weren't Kustom Interior by any means. But for $470, you get front and back. So in my opinion, that is a great deal. Okay, I'm not going to deal with a whole bunch of noise here, so we're going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay, these look like they are definitely premium. Oh man, these feel really nice, guys. These are super thick, and you can't really even tell that they're not real leather. I hope you guys see. I got all the lights on here, so hopefully you guys can see that. There is red stitching right here. They have tons of different designs and colors. I believe they do blue, white. I don't even know. They have tons of different offers. Tons of different. You can do diamond stitching. Just so many different designs. This is you can definitely customize them to the look that you're going for. They come with head covers as well. So this is definitely all included. Okay, so I need to go vacuum out the Camaro. I've already vacuumed it out, but I want to vacuum out the seats anyway. I vacuumed out the floor. So I'm going to vacuum out the seats, and then we'll get to installing these and see what we can do. Hopefully this looks to be a pretty easy install. So I'm going to do some reading, see if there's any instructions anywhere. Do some reading, make sure I have the right game plan to show you guys how we're going to go about doing this. And then I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so the first step is going to be to go ahead and vacuum out your seat. I did go ahead and install the driver's side. That way I knew what I was doing, and I could give you guys proper installation tips and tricks and stuff like that. And you guys don't have to see me struggle with it first. And you guys can just get straight to the point of this video. So anyways, the first step is going to be to vacuum this out. You don't have to do that, but I'm a little bit nitpicky, and I want to make sure that there's not a whole bunch of dirt and stuff like that rolling around or sticking underneath the seat. I don't like that. So we're going to get it vacuumed out, and then we're going to move on to the installation. Okay, so since I've done the other side, I now know that the first thing to do is going to be to lift this seat up as high up off the ground and slide it forward this way, and then we're gonna go ahead and tilt the upper part forward as well. And we're gonna go forward just a little bit more room, or just so I have a little bit more room. And then you have this carpet piece on the bottom side of the seat. There's 2 clips on each side that are attached to elastic. You're just gonna follow the elastic. You can kind of see the elastic right here. You're just gonna follow that elastic, pull forward, and just like that, you have one of the clips undone, and then do the same thing on the other side, get it done, and now your clips for these seats are gonna come through right here. So the next step is, this is just loosely sitting here. You're gonna slide these through there. If need be, these clips can come off very easily. Just undo the elastic, and then you just pull the elastic through if you're having a hard time getting this whole thing through. But you're just gonna put it through flat like this, and once it's through on the other side, you'll go ahead and turn it this way to where it's latching on. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this, but basically, what you're gonna do is you just slide through just like this, and it comes through, and you pull, and it's flat, just like that. So then if I, right now I'm pulling on it and it can't come back through, then there's 3 for the bottom, and I got 2 through. So now we're gonna do this one, and we got that one through just like that. So super quick, super easy. Okay, so with the bottom installed, and we don't really need to do too much work back here now, we're gonna go ahead and lay the top part back, just like that. That way we have some room to work up front here, and slide this back just a little bit too. Okay, and now once that's done, the next thing we need to do is we need to get this clip through here. Now you can just go around and underneath the bottom, but I'm a little bit nitpicky, and I'm gonna make it fit between the plastic and right there, and that takes a little bit of work to do. If you have this outside the car, it's a lot easier, but I know from that side I can do it with the seat in the car. Okay, so we got that clipped in the middle, and now up front is just 2 clips like this. So you have one on the left side, one on the right, one on the left, and you're just gonna, there's gonna be some metal bars underneath. And again, this is kind of hard to show you since we're still in the car, but I wanted to show you that you can do this with it in the car. So again, you're just gonna lift your seat up as high as it will go, scoot it back, and you're just gonna, it's hard to show on camera, but you can look, you sit down and look underneath, and you can find the metal clips or the metal post to clip this to. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we'll tuck in these seam lines. So the bottom is now completely installed. Everything is good there. Seam lines are tucked. Now for the top, you're literally just gonna slide it over and pretty much almost rinse and repeat, but a lot easier. So at the top, there's some Velcro. You're gonna unvelcro it, and at the bottom, there's a zipper. Make sure it's unzipped. And then you're literally just gonna slide it right on over, just like that. And then you're gonna go between, you're gonna pull on it some, and as you start to pull on it, make sure you get the headrest in there so you don't rip it. So we need to twist just a little bit. You have to go to the back some, and pull it there too. And then you're gonna go ahead and zip it. Maybe. Suppose that zipping it is probably the hardest part actually of all of this. There we go. Okay, that's zipped. Now you're just gonna pull on it a little bit. Make sure you're good to go everywhere. And I wonder, no, okay. And then you're gonna Velcro it through the headrest here. Just like that. Okay. Pull that nice and tight. Cover up that Velcro as much as possible. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Now on to the next part. Okay, at this part the seat looks a little bit fluffy, but that's because you got these 3, or 2, not 3, there's 3 on the bottom, 2 here for the top part. You're going to slide these through the middle of the seam just like we did for the bottom, and then again you're going to slide them through sideways, and then you're going to straighten them out like this. And again, if you need to, you can go ahead and remove these clips if you're having a hard time fighting with it. Okay, so I did forget to include the headrest cover, but that is super self-explanatory. There's 2 Velcro straps. You're just going to slide it over. Might be a little bit easier if you drop it down first. You're just going to pull it that, and we're gonna lift it back up. Okay, and then you're gonna pull down, and it just stretches out to where it fits perfectly over the button. Okay, and then you're gonna take your 2 Velcro straps, just like this, and you're gonna pull them tight. Go, and then we're gonna drop this down as low as it will go. A little bit lower, and then tuck our seam lines. Now over time, you'll be able to easily go in and adjust all this as it all stretches out and gets warm from the sun and all that great stuff. But just like that, we are now done with the front. So onto the rear. I got to do some cleaning, and don't 100% know what I'm doing when it comes to the back, but we'll get it figured out as we go. Okay, so it took a little bit of prying, but we ended up getting the back seat out. You could probably, if you're a lot smaller than myself, again, I'm like 6'1", made it very difficult. If you're a lot smaller, you could probably do this in the car, but I was not dealing with it. I was not having a great time doing it because of how tall I am, and that is a tiny car. So anyway, so we got the seat covers right here. So we're going to flip them over just like this, like so. Okay, and we have this, and we're going to just flip it through, or slide it through these straps here on the side, 1 and 2, and then we'll clip it right here at the bottom. There we go. And then we have ones that go through right there, and then it has a clip here at the bottom. And we should have another one of those. I can find the seat belt right here, just like that. And then a little bit of work over here. And we'll flip it over. There's some adjusting here. Oh, I put the wrong one through the seatbelt. Okay, so this one goes through the seatbelt. So we get it just like that. And then we clip it. Maybe we can do this without tipping it over. Okay, there we go. And then this one, same thing as on the other side. What we're going to do is we're going to take a second and get these kind of stretched out where they need to be. Make it a little bit easier. There we go. Put this back over. Just like that. And we feed this through these side straps. One of them. There's 2 of them. Clip it right here. And then we're done. Now flip it back over. And again, once we get this in the car, we'll probably, it'll be easier to readjust it in the car and know where everything needs to be tucked and where it needs to be pulled tight. So with that done, we're going to go ahead and move to installing the top part, and then we'll go ahead and reinstall this bottom cushion on everything. So let's go ahead and get back in the car and reinstall that. Okay, so this should be easier, ideally. Shouldn't have to take it out at all. This should just slide over like that. Well, okay, that's slid over. You get a Velcro right there. I'm assuming that's for the latch. And there's a cutout right here for the pull tab. So it just Velcros to the back of the seat. Just like that. Oh wow. Super easy installation for the back here. Okay, I gotta crawl over to this other side and Velcro it. Okay, so my GoPro fell over, but all I had to do was slam it shut and it finally latched. We have everything in place. Now we just need to go ahead and set the bottom back in. Okay, so we have everything put back together. The back went together really easily once you, after I slid the top on, I just slid in the bottom and it just lined up perfectly for me. And then you got those same clips that you have like up here between the seams. You just slide them in there and it works perfectly. Guys, this looks fantastic. I am so happy with this. There will be more content over these seats to come. I'll keep you guys posted on how they hold up. You know, the more I drive it with the heat on in the car, the more I drive it, or the more it sits with the sun beaming down through the windshield and through the windows and everything, the more it'll heat up and the more I'll be able to tuck some of it. I want to try to tuck like these seam lines right there just a little bit better, but nothing too crazy. Guys, this was a super easy install. Overall, it did take me about an hour and a half, which isn't bad. I struggled a lot with the car itself, not the seat covers. Like getting that back seat out took me a little while. It was just a little bit of stuff. The front was honestly the easiest. It was the back that was the hardest, but that's because I made it harder on myself without taking that seat out. So I struggled with it for a little bit, but guys, this turned out fantastic. I'll be taking some product pictures, so stay tuned for all that stuff in the next couple videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this and hopefully you guys found it useful. Again, I'll have links down below and drop any questions that you might have.